of course, just as we want to go live, where is our... 1 second. So yeah, welcome everyone. Just when you thought stuff can't get more broken, then of course it does. LVM, what is it, 14, right? They broke, of course, everything in the kitchen sink, best invention since sliced bread, and of course they broke cross-compiling. Super crazy stuff, similar to GNU bin utils. And so what happens here on a quick glance last night is that they actually added more native, more their own build system native stuff. So they have, if cross-compiling, then LVM used host tools and they built their own LVM package again for tablet gen and stuff. The problem is it does its own stuff and then it doesn't even build with that. I kind of need to be thankful that their own stuff is broken, because I don't even want LVM to build itself twice. We already do that. So what was working for years, recurring theme, right? People use it, right? It was cross-compilable before, right? We had everything wired up. It was not even that bad. There's much worse stuff. It was okay. And in 2022, big corporations, we need to somehow integrate it, make it easier, and then of course it fails. The issue is that here, for one thing, it looks like they factored out also as somehow some Git external or project or whatever. They have here a subdirectory given source here. I think this one, it's probably not there. So this is only, that's not the real issue. That is only a collateral damage here of I can't make this stuff up, right? You download it, you extract it, you configure, make install it, and previously it was working as set up and patched into. It's like, no, you freaking directory doesn't work. So for me, it looks there is some external project thing. But the crazy thing is, I even built this with, so this is, what was it? Benchmark or something. I think benchmark. And so yeah, you also see here, so it's trying, this was where I noticed always browse the stuff with open eyes and some thinking about it. Analytic skills. Here I got suspicious because it says native. So this is cross-compiling, right? Native, configure LVM native, dear. It's like, dude, what the heck? I don't even want that, right? Historically, we had to do that even, but in any case, I also prefer to have it separate, because with this monstrous stuff and automatic stuff, there's always something failing, and then it's even more difficult to debug it. But yeah, never change a running system, right? Except all the experts and big name projects constantly do so. So yeah, LVM include benchmarks off. We do this already. I think previously, usually I add this stuff when I notice, hey, it's wasting my time, CPU cycles. And then stuff that we don't need, like YOLO, whatever, who cares about benchmarking? Sure, the upstream developers might for the integrated benchmarking, but for me, we don't need it, we are not missing it, we simply disable that, and then LLVM behind our back, yeah, YOLO, whatever, here's a finger. You know what, we built you a native version that you already have, but we even fail with that because now apparently we try to enable benchmarking that we didn't even ship ourselves. Super crazy stuff. I wish I would make this stuff up. I said it before. It's frustrating, right? It's such a waste of time. I either wish to enjoy the sun with my son and wife, or I don't know, anything else. Even go fishing or climbing the mountain, but sit here with some coffee and fixing others' big name projects, cross-compiling stuff. As you see, I committed this already, so I also, of course, ever-changing stuff, right? I had to rediff our patches. We have two major patches. They're of naked non-ASM stuff that they intentionally don't support, but randomly works for me. So I enable their stuff that's probably just working by pure chance of accident, but it's good enough for me. And this freaking GCC paths. recurring criticism of that is also not amazing. Anyway, so let's maybe quickly div that without both LLVM capital or not capital. That is the question. And let's div that CMake file. Let's see if it was there before. And I'm inclined to simply disable that, somehow patch it away and hope for the best. That may or may not work depending on how much surrounding infrastructure stuff they have changed. It's like, let's do it like from 13 to 14. And let's page that to like native or destination. So I'm diffing to get an idea what's going on here. What was it? Cross or where was it? Somewhere. So yeah, that is the thing, right? Now we need to sit here and guru meditate about their stuff. Enable freaking curl. Use lib curl for HTTP client. What the heck? Where was it even? Somewhere. What was even the name? Maybe I should have had it edit open. Maybe I... Did I even div the right thing? Did I extract LLVM? LLVM, yeah. So LLVM host tools, use host tools. I think that is as far as use host tools are interesting. That didn't even change. That is curious. I would have expected. So yes, that is also the thing. That is why we double check stuff. Never randomly try and YOLO stuff. Good that we checked that. I expected that to be the change, but it isn't. I also expect this to be millions of changes similar to Firefox major versions, right? What do we... URN. It will, yeah, 1.6 million. The craziest stuff is on some news sites, it's always uploaded millions of code changes. For me, it's like, oh my God, so much stuff to review and break. So that is the thing, right? That this is super difficult to review, right? How do you even want to, also for the security, right? Where we should keep stuff stupid and simple. Reviewing a million lines of code, good luck. So yeah, that is really annoying now. Ignore the segmentation fault. That is our sandbox stuff. That's preventing some stuff, and Vims and segmentation faults, because yeah, that is what C code does. At least today we have coffee. So native. We should check build target create. Actually, we could check the diff of the 1.6 million lines of code, where is even if they changed something there. Maybe it previously already rebuilt a pattern not found. What's it didn't? Native, let's see. To native pass. Output a host executable suffix. Native target. A little bit much stuff for my taste. I mean, we could. The only thing is, as always, if we randomly try stuff, even on this Horizon 5950X, it takes a while to build. So if we would revert to the 13 version, or do I have, maybe I'm lucky, because if we just rebuild this, it might be now 7 minutes. But maybe I'm lucky and I have, do we have another build here from maybe, which did we not? Did we maybe build ARM enough? The thing is, I recently rebuilt so much stuff. Okay, this is not, oh no, it is in LLVM out. Let's LLVM. Which version was that? Did we already build quite some? We control-C though. Tableau. Okay, this is 13 native. Does it? Actually, that is interesting. You know what? That is crazy. It looks like it previously did build this native thing. So then, that is like a little bit unexpected. That explains. This is also the stuff that sometimes I've seen a lot, but even only now I notice that it builds a native thing. I wonder since when they do this. I would guess that wasn't there some 3, 4, or 5 years ago. I still think it's a relatively new thing. So then the major regression is that they broke their native build with this bloody benchmark there. I slightly wonder how much of this native stuff they need, because we actually have that. That would also explain why I was often wondering why it builds so long, and if it builds itself like twice, like once cross and once native. That would explain why. Maybe we try, as a start, I anyway wanted to try to patch that away. And then let's see how far we go. I would hope it only needs table gen, which we actually built. So I would still think it's like new in Clang 13 or 12 or something, because I'm very, very sure when I implemented cross-compiling this stuff that it didn't do that. And that is the thing, right? You update the stuff, it's doing lots of extra stuff that you don't want, and only a year later or two you realize actually what's freaking going on. We could fact check that now and extract all the old tables, but that is not the most important pressing thing right now. So that was, what is it, host tool something. Use, what was it, use host. Where is it even? Oh, come on. Use, was it not like use host? Define the right files, you make lists. Where is this crossing? Was another CMake? Was it? Yeah, where even freaking was it? Oh, this is also, wait a second, which is even 14? Is it even? Oh, wait a second, this was the wrong file. That explains why you didn't see it there. Use host. Here. So this is if CMake cross-compiling. Optimize. So if CMake cross-compiling or optimize table gen enable assertion. I slightly wonder what it has to do with optimized table gen. Sounds like they built a custom more optimized table gen version. No, not really sure for what, but I also wonder what CMake configuration types. Nah. So I mean, we could first try it, simply like commenting that out, I would say. So then they include cross-compile, create target. The question is, LVM target is cross compile host dummy use avoid CMake warning. So they unfortunately include some cross compile there. What does it? There is some CMake modules cross compile. I guess we would need that. What does it do? Project name, toolchain, build type. It's doing so much stuff. I guess we want that though. I slightly wonder what does it add. Custom command, output CMake command. Nah. Maybe we should actually extract the old tarballs and see what it did there. I suspect just disabling that will not get us very far. Maybe we should check how many other occurrences. This is only in the top level CMake. Yes, also table gen. Here, what do they have there? Use host tools. Native table gen must depend on the current target, otherwise won't get rebuilt. Not project. Isn't this domain specific language stuff amazing? The crazy thing is, I think we run this configuration with, what is it, error? Table gen. So yeah, we run this with our native LVM table gen. I wonder then if they removed this option. Yeah. Interesting. I have the feeling they removed that. There is some Python stuff. Table gen. I have the feeling they. So that is of course really a pity. So they must have in a previous version already changed that. Actually, that is funny. It's still in the documentation how to cross-compile. I would think that is outdated, as I don't really see this option there. Or yeah, so they have here exactly what we do. But I have the feeling that might not work anymore. Or am I overlooking something? I mean, it has some Python things there. Util collect and build with PGO. I mean, maybe the only occurrence is, I mean, yeah, little YouTuber here doing this funny stuff on YouTube. And it's like, yeah, LVM release engineering. I only try to build it and I find that's broken, that doesn't work, that is outdated. The documentation is outdated, obviously apparently listing things that are not there anymore. This script builds Clang user-defined, Clang instrumental, something. And yeah, to me it looks... I thought CMake warned though. Table gen. That is strange. I would have thought. CMake, did CMake not warn about that is so strange. Lots, but yeah, nowadays lots of stuff. Oh, wait a second, doc CMake. I mean, it's still there, but how does it work if it has no occurrence in its... Full path native tablegen executable, usually named LLVM tablegen. This is intended for cross-compiling if the user sets a variable, no native tablegen will be created. Yeah, I mean, that obviously doesn't work anymore because... So yeah, and I mean, if I would remove them, this is also what you've seen me usually when I do stuff, I grab all over sources and stuff, and I freaking maintain over 4,000 packages. And like one project only, like not 4,000 packages, but if I remove some LVM table gen and replace it with some horrendous building its own native copy there anyway, I would freaking grab over the sources, right? Or what is the art of using Unix to its fullest potential when... Cheers. So, yeah, unless we overlook something and it's hiding somewhere, which I don't instantly see here, we could try... What should we try? We could potentially... Should we? Let's see if I have an older source somewhere. Usually I have very old sources, but maybe not in this case. Because I just recently, this was a new VM, didn't have so much storage, I just recently vastly resized that. I mean, maybe we start a build, maybe we start patching around. So the problem is, I don't see, with my experience, I don't see that easily working. It's most likely, if we just comment it out, would most likely break and not find its stuff anymore. Let's try 12. Let's hope that downloads like. Of course, it doesn't download like that. Yeah. It will most likely break, and we can also. Oh my god, are this many? Yes. Let's. Oops. I should have clicked on this. That's what LLVM Clang. Let's see if they had it here. Maybe we find. Yeah, it's the only thing is diffing this 1 million. Now, why does this not load? Ah, maybe dash L. Maybe the other would have actually loaded with location and redirection stuff. LLVM 12. And then let's div 12 to 13 and maybe CMake text so table gen host. Looks like this was already longer. Crazy, even older. I mean, maybe we continue patching. This is what you get. You try to do it the scientific way and actually try to find out where it's coming from, and then that is the thing. Sometimes you just randomly try it and it works, and sometimes you randomly try it and you find yourself in a rabbit hole of a maze of failing, breaking stuff. Let's try to patch it while this is loading. Was I still in? There was some, I somewhere. No, here. No? Yeah, whatever. Actually, control C, that's there now. Oops. That was 11. Yeah, here's something. Look at that. Constructing a build project information that somehow table. No, was it bizarre? LVM. What was it? LVM table gen, I hope. Does it somehow work with? You need this. Unfortunately, you need this colors always if you pipe this. Otherwise, it will. With colors, it will not. It's a little bit annoying. It will not use it on a pipe. That is bizarre. How does it work? I don't. Is this broken for so long? It can't be broken since LVM 11 or 10, no? Can that really be broken? What am I overlooking? How should this LVM table gen thing work if it's not in there? Is this broken for so long? Oh, wait a second. This was also the... Wait. That was the wrong directory. Yeah, I wonder how I can even test case that. There is really a limit of... Also, yeah, how is it my job to do Apples and Googles and ARM and NVIDIA and AMD and stuff? LVM testing, that is so hilarious. Do you know that you can Patreon and OnlyFans and sponsorship and stuff? Is it in so long? This is... Ah, wait a second. Oh no, cross-compiling. That is so bizarre. That can't be broken that long, can it? When was 11 released? They have... Can that really be freaking broken for so long? That somehow sounds implausible. Yeah, 9 also doesn't download like that, apparently. Yeah. Maybe we could check. How should we check? I mean, maybe we patch. Also, yeah, you do some due diligence and checking. And no progress in 10 minutes because you check some surrounding stuff. So yeah, use host tools. Maybe we leave that in and patch because that is including cross-compile. And we patch that here away. and see how far we get. LLVM target is cross-compilers. Let's maybe check what exactly that is doing. Okay, that is a CMake modules cross. Okay, that is product name target toolchain build type of CMake platform cross compile flag init CMake platform init something. Where is even the where was the beginning of? Okay, this is the whole function. Toolchain flags, toolchain configuration, build type, yada yada, add custom command, target semicolon. Also, yeah, how? I mean, I'm totally not a fan of CMake, but who thought it is a good idea to use the domain-specific language, what otherwise is shell scripting? I have the feeling this will not just work. I'm perplexed that it looks like it must be broken for longer times. That is a crazy thing. Let's see. Oh, wait a second. We didn't. So let's hotfix processor. How should we name that? Should data delete that, or maybe not? Maybe data should not delete that. I don't know. What do they call it? Use source tools. Something like that. Let's see what happens. I have the feeling this will not just work. What did I build? Did I build that? Oh, no, I built x86 actually. Where are we? Maybe let's see if that PowerPC stuff builds. Yeah. That is also why we wait for that. Actually, we could have built with verbose. And this is the thing why I at times, now with a real epic of Threadripper, this build failed quickly. Let's. Yeah, I really wish I would do more amazing stuff today. This is really depressive to fix after their stuff. Native views. Okay, what is it doing? CMake something rule to make. Okay, that didn't go well. LVM config LVM native. Okay, so it still wants to maybe. Okay, maybe we patch then. Okay, let's next try. As expected, it failed differently than expected, but it makes sense how it made sense how it failed. Like on. Zux loves you, updated Mac ports, I booked G4, that is amazing, GCC all night. Hope you had fun with that. I'm still dreaming of more simple stuff. It is crazy that, for me, this is the depressive part and not really satisfying part is that I burned so much and all of my barely available free time on regression and nonsense, and that is a really, really sad thing. Which is, are you sure you enjoy this? I want to say. Maybe we try that and see what happens. Although I have the feeling this will also break, but let's see. I revert that here not to have too much random nonsense in there. So it was use host. So that was old patch. Let's see what happens with that. I don't have. It is a little bit trial and error because I simply, ironically, I would not. Let's do that verbose this time. In the beginning of this video, I said not the best thing to randomly try stuff, but I don't know the project, so okay, this is. So yeah, it must be broken for really, really long. Build native tool. Okay, so that arrows out. I mean, the thing is, we anyway need the table gen. This is such a mess. Why they? We need it maybe for Mesa, but definitely for Clang. I'm so disappointed that, I mean, they spent their time and resources on stuff that was working and making it more difficult for us. 2009. I mean, that's not even that long ago. Yes, unfortunately, and that's not even a Tux loves so much fun. I hope you mean it. Is it ironic, or do you mean ironic, or do you really mean it? Otherwise, if it's so much fun, I think you want to contribute to T2. So it looks like it might be a bigger effort to. I mean, I could simply. This, yeah, as I said, we probably need this table gen for Clang. It somehow looks, I mean, to do it right, it looks like we might want to revert all this CMake build and configuration infrastructure, as crazy as it is. Oh wait, what have I done here? What's that? Already starting to. Oh wait a second, I downloaded the wrong thing, that is why. Yeah, so doing it right might actually, as per usual, be a major. But the crazy thing is that the documentation doesn't add up. That is also. That also had this already. Crazy. Yeah, so many bugs. I mean, theoretically, I could submit upstream even the update of the documentation. So this is broken since what, 2019, 2020, or yeah, broken is relative, but crazy stuff. I really wish they, I mean, the stuff was building for everyone, right? So for years they, even with the mono repository, they also made other stuff for us harder. I really wish stop randomly changing your stuff. It's mostly not worth it. This is so crazy. Don't tell me that. I mean, it's somewhat, for some time, it explains why cross-compiling LVM felt so slow. I should have really, but I mean, where is freaking even here? But even if I would have looked into this, welcome everyone. Good morning, hope you're all doing fine. Even if I earlier would have looked into that, I probably would not. I mean, the chances that I would have found that it's building itself twice are even like only 50-50. It's not like you immediately see this stuff instantly. Yeah, it's really crazy. What do we have? Here is something. They added this in. Here they added this. If it was not, yeah. So that is so that shortly after I implemented cross-compiling LVM 3 years ago, they changed it and actually regressed it for us. And it kept building. So basically, I should be kind of sort of thankful that they broke it now with their freaking benchmarking stuff. How do we fix this now? Should we? I mean, so they had a really major restructuring for LVM8. So how to revert this is of course not crazy, because that is of course as usual a million changes, or at least what is it, 7.4 million? Code review fun, although maybe they majorly rename some stuff. We could diff all the CMake files. I mean, maybe we could simply comment out they apparently have additional if cross build, then create some other targets, internal targets. That also means, yes, so they added that here, so that is construct and build project information. So this must also, let's see, that was LVM 7. What? What? Why? What? How does it even differ if it's not there? What am I? Oh, wait a second, don't tell me. Did we? Oh, wait a second, we darn. We looked at that wrong. We diffed on an existing file, how professional. So it takes us back, it's still in LVM 7. So much to... and this was the first... where do they have the old releases? Should we continue patching that? Maybe we should actually... PowerPC 64. Yeah. Probably edit it while we run it, so that would be running. Where does it fail? That fails, so that would be CMake ops. Let's see if we can copy and paste it like that. Looks like we can do. Tools, LLVM config 86. Okay, it wants an LLVM config path. Interesting. If LLVM config path. Would that be the native LLVM config? Let's revert this for a second. I just want to see if that configures much more stuff. Okay, that configures. Then let's add LLVM config to there. I have the feeling this table gen doesn't work then though. Here. Maybe it can get it from LLVM config potentially. So that should be that one. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Yeah, that is crazy. That is really crazy one. As per usual, that is for the crazy ones. But it also shows one thing. I mean, here multiple bugs, right? To summarize this, not only did they broke it. Oh, you know what? I should have. This were both for the entertainment. This also shows that major projects still have some bugs, right? No surprise. For example, the documentation, right? They removed this a long time ago, 3-4 years ago or so, and they still include stuff in the documentation that I don't find there, right? That even we use the LLVM table gen, and so they have stuff in the documentation that I don't see, that I'm not sure still has an effect. By the way, do we? I actually should check if I build with all threads. Although that is C++ and stuff, so probably it is. And I would still argue, even in this case, not because I'm in general a fan of keeping it stupid simple, but it was working. It is not a big deal to build LLVM Clang twice, which it is internally doing anyway. And I would still argue it's preferable for debugging to have it separated, plus, again, keeping it stupid simple, and then if it fails, debugging in this domain-specific language to find out what's going on where and how it's going wrong. And Yeah. I mean, they could have, like, even if they wanted internally, instead of making it overly complicated with CMake's internal domain specific language quirks and features, they could have simply have a shell or Python script to build the stuff twice in a native and cross environment. We could theoretically continue to find out where they really changed that, because I'm still a little bit puzzled. Where would be the the old download? Do they have the old download somewhere? December, maybe if you're lucky. Do they keep all the old stuff here? This was 7, 8, 7. Probably, I would think 6. Do they have documentation? LLVM source probably should be this one. It's still building, so far so good. Tower. Was it in here? No, this is the wrong one. LLVM 6 CMake use host. Crazy, that is also still already there. How could I for years not notice that? That is so bizarre. How can this already be in LLVM 6? So this means we've for so long, this is so crazy. How is it even possible? Does it mean we always, even when I initially implemented this, we were building this unnecessarily twice? When did we... 2020, when we got LLVM targets to build as cross... Here, initially LLVM cross-compile enablement. How did... This is really a crazy one. Fix instead of LLVM more to cross-compile. Maybe it didn't fully work then? Not sure. Do not try to... Okay, so that definitely... Okay, 2010 was not working. What? Why? How did this not copy? 75% so far, so good. So either this one, and that is... Oh fuck! How can this freaking not copy? What is wrong with this shit? Are you freaking kidding me? Can't even trust the freaking Mac terminal anymore. That is not the most... Was it fixed instead of more to cross-compile? Oh. Okay, but that was that revision. Not sure what's up with this freaking terminal, Tmux or whatever terminal escape codes for words. Hey, 90% soon. Default CMake. So here we have this table gen. So that must have worked then. Which version would that be? (901). Interesting. Interesting. Don't see how that worked though. Download mirror. Oh, 901, 901, yeah. LLVM table gen. Hello. Also maybe with what to grab not in. Ugh. Maybe is that, but this can't be, what am I overlooking? Oh wait, no, this is CMake rest. I don't see, they could always do some trickery though and create this string on the fly. Hey, that's a freaking build. I can't even believe my own luck here. Wow, it's a freaking build. Wow. I mean, not that I would not usually patch everything the way I like it. But I didn't expect that to go on the first try. How do we call this though? Use host cross or use stage 0 cross or just stage 0 cross? I only not the greatest fan of super overlong file names. I mean, long file names, yes, but there's also a limit of how many. Maybe something of that sort, stage 0 cross, something of... So that is just disabling this stalls there. Yeah, so far so good. Then I guess we could continue XF86. That would rebuild that too. And we could, this was nice, okay. So we have more stuff to test. We have in this collection of topic of sources that Clang builds and that Rust and Mesa builds. Mesa will be a while. You know what? I need coffee. And I've only a cold drop left. Yeah, so basically it looks like we patched what we wanted to patch, as crazy as it is. What was the code search? No, code, fresh code club. Wine, I think I updated. Vim, thank you very much. I think that's Firefox. I think I also updated. I hope it still builds. Actually, yeah. So yeah, another day, another fix. And what did I wanted to do? Except looking in here. Yeah, so the total build time, unfortunately, and this is the thing, right? Why I somehow dream. It's like, yeah, Ryzen 59. If you're wondering who the heck needs something faster than a Ryzen 5950. Although I slightly wonder the Apple Studio Ultra probably is faster than that, right? But I refuse to give Apple my money if we're not necessary. So no, there is no way in hell I get to that. Maybe the other day I was thinking, I mean, Threadripper is nice. What was it? 5990X. Was it that? 1990, or is it W? Oh, darn, what are the freaking numbers? That? That is Lenovo OEM SKU only, right? This thing is so freaking expensive. Why do I look into this? Because I'm again waiting for, I mean, we could do now other stuff. But realistically, we're waiting for this freaking build here. It's so freaking expensive, man. Did I mention you can share, like, and subscribe and Patreon and YouTube and sponsorship and OnlyFans? Do they have a list price here? We obviously need 128 freaking threads. It's probably not purchasable, right? Google Shopping, what can you do for us? 30? Oh, this is old-fashioned stuff. Yeah, so... Yeah, thank you very much. Doing big projects, making their stuff big and slow, so that you... I mean, very realistically, being... also, yeah, liquid cooling, the stuff, pump duty, infinite stuff. All right, so the sun is out, right? It's warmer here, so that is a thing. Winter is over. Getting hotter again in the office. No natural cooling anymore. So yeah, Power PC stuff. So basically, I'm except procrastinating what faster CPU to get. I wonder if Epic is a better deal. I mean, the difference is mostly more workstation-like motherboards. I don't really need this. I mean, price-wise it's similar, and the difference is maybe I should simply wait for the next consumer thing. Although, as for the next consumer thing, it's probably only 20% faster or 30 at max. If they keep the same thread and core count and just DDR5 and stuff. Because the thing is, with Epic, you could... You get a similar CPU at least. Okay, Mesa, wait a second. We have Mesa, is that already... Or did I not? Maybe I only deleted some. So that was a next test, whether... Whether Mesa will build... Oh, do we have a new version? Maybe. I also need to look, why does data not up... Oh wait, there's Mesa 20. So yeah, we have a couple of new stuff. What is it, March 9th? Probably should more often look into why data doesn't update some stuff. It looks so that at least it started to build. I probably didn't that was probably purposely wasn't a complete build. I probably selectively deleted LVM Clang there. Otherwise it wouldn't be as far as it is now. Yeah, how did I manage that though? Maybe I typed what it was. It's still, anyway, still checking. Alright, I remember I didn't update it. I test built that already, but alright, they removed the legacy drivers. That was why, legacy DRI drivers. That was why we kept on this one. No, I remember there was something. I probably need to check with our data bots that it updates that. So the thing with Epic, I mean, not only you don't got the latest Threadripper right now. Why is this so zoomed? You could even, why does it not scroll more? Is it into the table? Where is the price? Does it not have price? Something? Yeah, why not? Here's a price because it was embedded. Where is even? Is it all? Is it the latest? Here, 8,000. Yeah, so yeah, work on open source projects, spend all your money, all your not earned with open source money on freaking most expensive CPUs. How much was the Apple Studio? I mean, the crazy thing is the Apple Studio is not even insanely priced for the CPU performance. I just anyway refuse to give Apple more money than necessary. Also the LLVM x86 bootstrap compiled in the meantime. But the thing is, we could, how many? 32. Yeah, so for like, is it even, when was it? I mean, we wouldn't need to spend like $8,000. We could go, although it's already freaking expensive, 3,000. We could only spend. I mean, we could start with only twice as expensive CPUs or something, and only later with a growing YouTube channel. Yeah. What was even the list of? Okay, Clang. So that is the more interesting stuff. Okay, Mesa also built. Let's call it the Mesa update. Probably I should make a mental note of. So something I actually tested, what was it? Here, so that one we can scratch, we fixed it yesterday. And instead, data update, Mesa, whatever, URL or whatever is going on there. So, probably some typo, of course we had. Why is this in Ryzen? What is the entry level? A little bit faster. But yeah, what is really annoying. So the only thing is, I look into this because it's more modular, and the Studio, you can't swap the CPU and not giving Apple all our money. So what do we have here? Threadripper. Here we have some stuff. And okay, so unfortunately all of them appear to be OEM right now. This is also why they don't have a price here. Even here with that, I mean, theoretically, what would be the stuff that you can get right now? That would be 3,000, right? I mean, getting a... That's a really the sad thing. I would like, even if I would love to get an upgrade like that for... Oh, wait a second, is it even an upgrade? We have 16, that's what we have actually. It's already an upgrade. So we would need something like that actually here. As crazy as it is. Can't even order that. That is a really sad thing. Yeah, but this is 2022. Your fastest... Hello, is it also building? Your fastest enthusiast CPU is not fast enough to comfortably build increasingly larger open source stuff. I wonder if this fixes RISC-V. I saw there in, I think, Clang support for INSEN, and because we had a build failure for cargo. And maybe Rust. What? Rust, no, cargo. And let's also rebuild that. Oh, that's also nice. Oh, this was nice. Okay. I hope this was... Oh, what this also was? Oh, what a fail. Didn't want me no CPU cycle fighting with the other builds. Actually, I meant to nice into the background the other ones. Yeah, that is really annoying. That's probably another... That's the sad thing, that you need to wait 6 months to finally get that. I mean, not even that the motherboards are particularly cheap, so it's also... What do we have here? Maybe I should... I mean, the crazy thing is also that a lot of time I simply wait for the builds. Actually, I meant to say something else. Most of the time, actually, Guru meditates, so it's not always... Oh no, we can actually Control C that and unnice it. So it only anyway makes sense for the YouTube and better entertainment stuff, and welcome everyone. Because otherwise, as you see, I 30 minutes or so. How long do we have? 1 hour freaking 20. Yeah, okay, obviously. Yeah, of course. Time is running. Open source stuff, you get source for free and need to spend all your time getting a freaking compile. I hope you learned something. We improved this further. And if you wonder why we at times have this custom patch stuff in here, then that is why. Did I commit this already? This is also the wrong package. I didn't commit this yet. So this not only fixes the regression, which maybe we want to here. Fixed LLVM bootstrap regression from 14.0 update and also speed up by not rebuilding yet another native yet more custom native host utils. Fixed LLVM bootstrap regression from 14 from version 14.0 update, and also speed up rebuilding it. More native utils, something of that sort, I would say. Okay, there is something failing. Thank you very much. I'll git clone. What? ATSPI. Do we not, or do we need, maybe we need that there. So, welcome everyone who tuned in now that we're mostly done. Tux loves you, maybe just get more 5950X and use this CC. No, that is too cumbersome and also doesn't give me any new hardware stock. It makes twice no economic sense because I don't have then different varying stock of stuff to benchmark and test. Also, not only for us as a company, but also growing this YouTube channel, plus it's too cumbersome and stuff. And I've done this 20 years, 15 years ago, and I don't really want to go back to that. I want that this more regular setup just works and is tested. Also, it scales really badly because the network stuff, you need to have the root file system over the network, and then all the caching is trashed and stuff. So I would not get the same speed up, so that scales really. Also makes the whole build slow because you have all the stuff on an NFS or differently worse performance network file system stuff. So yeah, but thanks for the suggestion. And Tux loves you. 1550X recently marked down to that's interesting. So yeah, that is the thing. I brought it earlier. In the future, I will also make more. Actually, I recorded some videos, but I got a 10G switch recently. That is amazing. 5950X. But again, network overhead stuff is still significant. John, what do they? All right, that is indeed getting cheaper. That is interesting. I mean, that is of course way more. Yeah, I mean, I made some good use out of that. I would have made better use out of this making a proper YouTube video for more mainstream people to watch, but we still made quite some use out of this. I wonder. Let's maybe check at them here. It's not a paid advertisement, just where I sometimes buy stuff. Can can the stuff there disappear? Threadripper, what Threadripper stuff do they have? Yeah, 5,000 something. So yeah, that would be, also yeah, in 6 days, not even in stock. Yeah, it ain't particularly super cheap. What is that here, 20? I mean, this should be a little bit faster. I mean, I would think this should be a little bit faster on top of more cores. I mean, that's not even that bad, right? I mean, sure, it's more than twice of a 1550X, but it should also have more memory bandwidth with 4, so whatever. How many? Is it even Pro actually? Yeah, that is the other thing with AMD. Oh, wait a second, right? We need to be careful with this bloody chips. said, right, we probably need a freaking Pro for a more future-proof WRX8. WRX8, so yeah, thank you very much. Especially ASUS, our lovely CPU vendor is there. 5955. Yeah. I mean, here we have that, right? Okay, also can't be purchased right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's not ideal, the supply chain constraint stuff. What else do we have there? 128 gigs. Yeah, then you have a little bit more. What do I run currently? 96 gigs of. I think I run it a little bit faster. I think I run it 3600 CL 18 or so maybe. Also, I mean, I have 3800. I have some months ago most Ryzen optimized and fastest memory. I think it's like 3800 CL14, but I mix that unfortunately with another 64 gig set, so that is why I only run it at 3600 CL18 or so maybe, whatever the fastest the other module survived. Tried use, but it failed compiling right outside root or something. On T2. Yeah, I didn't test this for a long time. It shouldn't do it, but I can believe it, as very few people, probably no one tested this in a decade. So, but patches welcome, of course. As always, it is amazing to have this stuff. So yeah, Rust compiling here. So Rust is also using LLVM. So yeah, lots of test builds running. Also, we probably should commit this package selection stuff. What do we have there in just some random this data? Did we include this? Probably, huh? Why did I remove? Maybe in favor of lib input, probably. Yeah, otherwise stuff is building. By the way, was it uptime as crazy it is? Uptime low shows the load average. Yeah, load average 80, of course. So twice as large Threadripper would easily help here. Just 114 amps according to ASUS stuff. Yeah, I think I still wait a little bit. I don't need it now. The sad thing is with this bloody OEM SKUs, OEM first, that when we get it in 6 months, it's already old and vintage, kind of, sorta. Maybe I should simply grow the YouTube channel and wait for big vendors to actually freaking sponsor us and send this stuff for free. So yeah, I'm surprised I got this patched relatively easy. I mean, it was a little bit annoying to research that, but our hello. Why does this not? Hello. I can't find window. Maybe I should actually freaking read what's written there. Once we got the hang out of it, I'm surprised how easy it was at the end to patch it like that. Let's delete all the sources here. Free our NVM SSD. How large are the sources on a Epic Threadripper takes quite some seconds to delete millions of files. So yeah, that should bring our build time down a little bit. And so far it looks to build most of the time. I will update you more, and we really should release T2. The only thing is we had a couple of other build systems, and I think I have 3800 CL14 already since December, but at least, although they're only 32 gigs of memory, but they're not the largest. So yeah, I hope you learned something. As always, amazing that so many people tuned in. And also amazing that we see a growing number of users. Again, yeah, I want to work on more amazing stuff, but the stuff, even updates keep regressing and failing left and right. Yeah. Anyway, hope you learned something. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, YouTube membership, or whatever you like, or just super chats. And I hope to see you soon for all the next fun stuff to come.